days around.
Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be reacting to Germany's 4-2 win over Costa Rica as they did everything in their power to attempt to qualify for the next round, but fell just short due to results elsewhere in the group, meaning that for the second consecutive time, Germany have crashed out of the World Cup in the group stage. 2 goals from Costa Rica, 4 from Germany, starting in the 10th minute where Serge Gnabry started the Germans off with a brilliant goal. Musiala ran forward and found Raum on the left side, who crossed in, and Gnabry was there to head it past Keylor Navas and into the back of the net, and Germany started their night off brilliantly. Then in the 58th minute, Costa Rica went up. We're level 1-1. Waston raced into the middle of the box and headed the ball straight at Neuer. The goalkeeper made a huge mistake, Manuel Neuer, and parried it out to Tejeda, who rushed to the rebound and smashed it into the bottom corner, and Costa Rica were level. Then, in a shocking turn of events, in the 70th minute, Costa Rica goes ahead 2-1. The ball was knocked into the air after a long free kick. Vargas got a touch on the ball after a couple of rebounds, and he flicks the ball against Neuer, who puts it into his own net, and Costa Rica are up. And because of the results in the Japan game, where Japan were up 2-1, this meant that Japan and Costa Rica would go through if results held.
Then just 3 minutes later, Kai Havertz equalizes in the 73rd minute for Germany. Flicked on by Füllkrug, and Kai Havertz gets on the end of it and dinks it over Keylor Navas and gets Germany level, and it's 2-2. Still 20 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Then in the 85th minute, Kai Havertz scores again. It's an inviting cross from Serge Gnabry, who plays it in the middle. Kai Havertz makes a late run but gets on the end of it, and Havertz gets his second of the night. But Germany do have the lead, but it's not enough to get them into the round of 16. Then late in the match, in the 89th minute, Niklas Füllkrug gets his goal. His second goal of the World Cup. He scored against Spain. That's when his other goal came. But it was Leroy Sané who chested a dink over the Costa Rican defense. Sané chested it down for Füllkrug, who had an easy finish and put it into the back of the net. And that's how the match ended. Germany won 4-2, but it was not enough, and neither team qualified for the round of 16, both teams getting knocked out early.
Costa Rica had a chance, but I think we all knew they wouldn't be powerful enough to overcome the Germans. They knew what they were playing at. Germany knew they had to get a win here, so I think we all knew that they would always win. But it was always up to the results in the other match. And because Japan won against Spain, that's what happened. And because Germany didn't win early on, they drew against Spain and they lost to Japan. That was the one that hurt them the most. They're out of the World Cup for the second time running. After winning the World Cup in 2014, they have not had a fun time at the 2018 or 2022 World Cup. Costa Rica put out a good performance, but unfortunately, they were always going to get dominated by Germany, and they were very close to going through, but unfortunately Germany just came roaring back with 3 goals after the 73rd minute.
There was that one moment when Costa Rica were up 2-1 against Germany, and Japan were leading against Spain 2-1. That's when the shocking thing happened. That's when Germany and Spain were going to crash out of the competition early, and Costa Rica and Japan were going to go through. That's just how unpredictable this World Cup has been.
Yeah, it's been a crazy World Cup. Germany, if they played like this against Japan, imagine, like they would be through with Spain. But unfortunately here, neither Germany are not through, and Costa Rica are not going through. It's Japan and Spain who top the group in first and second respectively. They're going to go on and play Morocco and Croatia, who finished in the top 2 for Group F. But yeah, Germany, if they did this earlier, they would have been through. But I guess it's just the thing with the Germans at the World Cup since they won. So this is how the table looks after the last match day of Group E. Japan sit in first after a victory against Spain, a huge one. on 6 points. Spain are on 4 points, still go through on goal differential in second place ahead of Germany. Same amount of points, but only a +1 goal differential. And Costa Rica, having that 7-0 loss to Spain, have a -8 goal differential and sit on 3 points, doing well to get that win over Japan. That's probably one of the craziest groups we've seen. Easily. There were so many twists and turns.
This is the craziest group that has so far in the World Cup. Possibly, we could see the last group, Group H, be the craziest one.
But Portugal have already gone through.
Portugal have gone through, but it's still a mystery whether
Who goes through after that, yeah.
Ghana, Uruguay, or South Korea will go through. All of them can still go through.
That's true.
Similar to this, but I think this group will probably be the craziest group this World Cup and the most entertaining, the best, the most highly contested group this World Cup.
We're going to move to predictions for tomorrow's matches, starting with the morning ones in Group H, South Korea versus Portugal, where South Korea have to win to get a chance at qualifying for the next round. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Portugal here.
I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Portugal.
Portugal already having qualified, they won't want to miss this chance to at least get another win on the board. I don't think South Korea are going to be strong enough to beat them.
Yeah, South Korea haven't been great this World Cup. They had 2 goals from Cho in like 3 minutes against Ghana, but it was not enough to overcome them as they lost 3-2. In their first match against Uruguay, their 0-0 draw, they were very uninspiring. I don't think Heung-min Son is living up to the expectations he should be playing at, but again, he just came back from injury, and it's almost like he was rushed into the World Cup.
Yeah, he was, definitely, undoubtedly. The other match going on in Group H is Ghana versus Uruguay. Whoever wins that match could essentially be through if South Korea lose to Portugal. Or if they draw and South Korea win, South Korea will go through. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Uruguay. Ghana have been spirited this year. They've put a lot of talent and will into their performances, but I think Uruguay's talent will come out on top here.
I think Ghana will get the win 3-2. I think Mohamed Kudus could get another brace, possibly. He's been banging for Ghana this World Cup. Ghana, of course, with their one loss and a win. Of course, they won against South Korea, but they did lose against Portugal. And their first match against Portugal, they lost 3-2, but then they won their second one 3-2. So they're a very high-scoring team and high-conceding team with a goal differential of 0 and 5 goals scored, 5 goals conceded. So I think Ghana can get the win here. It's basically their revenge time for Ghana after the 2010 World Cup in South Africa.
Yeah. We'll move on to Group G matches as well, starting with Brazil versus Cameroon, where the Brazilians have already qualified for the next round. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Brazil.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Brazil. I think Brazil will just rip it up here. I don't think their clean sheet will continue in group stage, in all of group stage. I think they will concede one, but they will score some goals, and I think they will rip it up and get top of the group.
Yeah. And our last match is Switzerland versus Serbia. That's going to be a big one because whoever wins that is essentially through to the knockout stage. I'm going to go ahead and say that Switzerland can get a win here by 2-1.
I'm going to say this is going to be a very entertaining 2-2 draw, which we'll see if it happens, Switzerland through, because they have already gotten a win. Serbia have not gotten a win yet.
It's going to be definitely an interesting game and an interesting group. But that's it for our predictions for tomorrow's round of matches. If you want to see more World Cup content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what your predictions are for tomorrow. And until next time.
Come on, New Spurs!